This has been a really rough week, folks. Or I want to say a pretty rough month because we have lost way too many people and so much, just rapid fire. And I've been miserable because of it. Every time I turn around, somebody's keeling over and it sucks. And this is not the first person, but I'm saving him for last because he's very important. Um, we've had Ozzy Osbourne out of nowhere, just weeks after his last show. He died. We've had George Cumans, the lead guitarist for Golden Earring. He died a couple days ago. Hulk Hogan, out of nowhere, died again. Died. Um, a jazz musician. The name escapes me at the moment. He passed away. Malcolm Jamora Warner of the Cosby Show and Malcolm in the Middle, I think it's called. He had a drowning accident and he's gone. Rick Derringer, for crying out loud, he died too. And it's just, it's like a concentration of deaths. And unfortunately, one of those deaths really hit home. This happened on July 4th, but I didn't get this obituary until like a few days later. This, let me do some explaining here. This is Ed Michaels. His real name, that's his performance name when he was doing podcasting. But his real name is Michael David Edwards. But we knew him in the podcasting world as Ed Michaels. Mike David Edwards, or as you know, Ed Michaels, of Xenia, passed away on July 4th, 2025, at the age of 59. He was a graduate of Yellow Springs High School class of 85. Mike served in the United States Air Force as an aircrew life support and journeyman for 8 years. He was employed by Walmart in Xenia as a pharmacy technician. While we were together on our podcast, he was with Delphi in Ohio. Throughout his life and military service, Michael lived all over the country, making lifelong friends along the way. He enjoyed tech, gadgets, specifically computers. He was an avid guitar player and a lover of music. Mike loved gaming on his computer and getting together with family and friends on game nights. He also loved camping and going to Pigeon Forge. He is preceded in death by his parents Craig and Mary Edwards, brother Mark Edwards, stepmother Dorothy Sue Edwards, brother-in-law Kurt Swager, and step-nephew Cornelius Neil Selke. Mike is survived by his sisters, Lynn, Toby of Sharps Chapel, Tennessee, Leigh Swager of Xenia, Kara Campbell of Corwin, step-siblings Sherry Selke of Irmo, South Carolina, Tom Osterholm of West Grove, Pennsylvania, Scott Osterholm of Yellow Springs, nephews and nieces Craig Toby, Elizabeth Toby, Ryan Guthrie, Casey Guthrie, Kyle Campbell, Jordan Campbell, step-nieces and nephew Carlay England, Andrea Doty, T.J. Selke, as well as a host of great nieces and nephews. Mike and his family would like to thank the men and women of the Dayton Veteran Affairs for providing care in his time of need. In lieu of flowers, please donate to Victory Ridge Hospice at the VA so that they may continue to provide care for our veterans and our families. Ed Michaels, this guy right here, was something else. Like I said, he was part of a podcast that I was involved in back in 2007 called A Corrupted Kids Show. I was involved in the first 24 episodes, and then there was a big fight. There was a creative and, well, anyway, let's just say I was ousted, just to make it, brief and, clear, get it done and over with. I was ousted. They brought in another person named Wild Child, and they continued for I think another 140 to 170 episodes after I was gone from the additional from the first 24 episodes. Um, the Corrupted Kid Show podcast featured me, Ed, Dog Patch, Jamie, and Radio Rob Hatson out of Arizona. But I contacted a couple years back. I contacted, I sent feelers through Jamie to get a hold of Rob because I wanted to know if he had copies of every episode of a Corrupted Kid Show, including the Wild Chat episodes, all 170 some odd of them. And he regretfully said that he had a hard drive crash and that's it. He didn't have a backup. And Pod Show completely blew up. There's no Pod Show anymore, so you can't get them from there. Meaning, I have the only 24 episodes of a Corrupted Kid Show available. And the link will be down below for you to download and enjoy in memoriam of our good friend. And he's going to be sorely missed, Ed Michaels. He called me about a month ago on Facebook. He just out of nowhere friended requested me and then immediately called me on Facebook before I went off to work. And that's when he broke the news to me, saying pretty much his exact words were, doctors only gave me about 90 days to live, but it's looking more like 4 to 6 weeks, man. And I'm like, shit. And he passes away on July 4th. On top of all the other losses, this one hurts. This really stings. But the good news is you, his family, our co-hosts from the Corrupted Kid Show, Jamie, Dog, Ed, anybody, including you. Now everybody can have all 24 episodes of a Corrupted Kid Show, and the link will be in the description. Download them. They're in a zip file. They come out to about, I think almost 1 gig, maybe 2, maybe 10, I think 9 gig. I can't remember. But they're available to download, and they're in MP3 form for everybody to enjoy and show and share. Because I'll eventually upload them to Rumble. The reason being, in the interim, in the years between 2007 and now, YouTube's community standards have kind of sucked, and they're very questionable, especially with the content that we got away with on that show. You'll hear when you check it out. You'll see. And I know they're gonna get bombed. I know. If I put them on YouTube, they are going to get crushed. So I wanted to offer them to download exclusively so you can enjoy them on your own end, no matter whatever you do, because they're unedited except for maybe one episode where I edited out a fucking embarrassing monologue I went on where I was trying to be funny and I bombed, and that's how humor works. When you're trying to be funny, you fucking blow it. Then out of nowhere, when you just say something offhand, fucking people just erupt. People just lose their shit. As you will hear in one episode where I got Dog Patch really good. Yeah, just a couple words. Everybody started dying. So other than that, they're unedited. They are exactly as they were on Pod Show and exactly as Radio Rob uploaded them, other than that brief edit on one episode. And because of that, some of the material in them are not copyrighted by us. They're copyrighted by the people we lifted it from. For example, all of the episodes have the Onion Radio News, which is no longer in existence, so you'll get to hear that too. There's also some PodSafe music on there. We don't know how that has changed over the years, so again, uploading them to YouTube, it's dicey. Rumble, on the other hand, I might be able to get away with because they're a little bit more lenient, I think, in content wise. And you got to think these episodes are a snapshot in time. This is comedy that was stuff that we could do that wasn't. This is long before cancel culture and community standards and all this crazy censorship and the privatization of free speech and all that crap. This is long before that. This is, basically the spring. It was the spring and summer and a little bit almost the winter of 2007. And we all had a blast. And now you get to have a blast with us in memoriam of our good friend Ed Michaels. Man, I just can't believe it. I mean, wow. Link will be in the description. Like and subscribe. It's Gonzo Media. We'll see you in the next one.